Okay, we're going to cover how to handle being overqualified. This comes up a lot. This is a big issue that many people face, and they face it for different reasons. Sometimes they face it because of their titles, and sometimes, and we'll get to this in just a second, but sometimes adjusting or changing your title can help you with that. But this is a big one that you've probably, if you're in your career now for 5+ years, you've faced this for different reasons. And sometimes, if I can be honest with you, yeah, it's difficult to diagnose because sometimes it's just a nice way of letting you down. If you've had some, good years of experience, let's say 5, 10 years, and you came across either abrupt or kind of a know-it-all or just not a good fit, and they weren't feeling that, it's just a nice way of letting you down. Instead of telling you you're just not a good fit, they're going to tell you, well, we feel like you're overqualified. It's kind of a nice way of making you feel good. So sometimes, unfortunately, that could be the issue, and you can't really do much about that if people aren't being direct with you. But here are a few tips for you to consider on the best ways to make sure you're not appearing overqualified. Number one, watch the resume. See, before you can even get in the door, a lot of times you'll appear overqualified because you're not targeting the resume for the position. You're so excited about seeing the position that's available, and you shoot your resume over there, and you didn't take time to make sure that it fit nicely. Sometimes I'll see this happen with the titles. Now, sometimes, I guess where I see it is in the smaller companies where you really didn't have a title. And use accounting as an example. Somebody in a smaller company they'll put controller, and they'll send the resume off for a senior staff accountant, and the person will automatically discount them because they think they're taking a step back in their career. When truthfully, it was a small company. Really, they were more like a corporate accountant or a bookkeeper. And if they would have used a title like corporate accountant, that would have got them a better opportunity to get their foot in the door for a senior accounting opportunity. So you really got to watch the resume. Make sure that your verbiage is for example, if you've interviewed, or not interviewed, if you have led people in the past, if you've supervised them, and this position does not mention anything about supervision, I would go ahead and take those pieces out of your resume. There's no need to boast about it because it's not really what they're looking for in the first place. Here's another example for you to consider, is hit it head on in an interview. In other words, go ahead and just decide that you're going to bring this up. And by bringing it up, you are going to alleviate the problem right away. And this could be, this could take some insight and intuition when you do this, but it really can help if you show that you're a teachable person, if you say something in relation to, I realize and understand that my qualifications before were a lot more extensive than maybe this role, but I really want this job because it really fits what I'm looking for. I'm looking for I've always wanted to work for this company, and here's the reasons why. You could use an example of, I'd like to fit my schedule a little bit more with my family. My kids are getting older. This last position required 70 hours a week of my time, and don't want to miss my kids' soccer games, and it's just more of a better fit for what I'm looking for. So sometimes if you hit it head on, it's a better thing because you've actually brought the topic up, because they're thinking it whether you think they are or not. And number 3, this is optional, but just an idea: sign an agreement. If it becomes an issue and you've opened it up and the can of worms are out, and they're saying, we like you, we're just concerned about you being overqualified, think you might leave when the market gets better or a better opportunity comes along, then offer, hey, I'd be happy to sign an agreement, a 12-month agreement, that I am committed to you guys for the next year. Now that's pretty putting yourself out there, but it could, if anything, that could really impress them that you're somebody who really wants to work for them, and it may tip the scales in your favor. So there's a few tips on how to handle being overqualified.